Hey everybody, Simistic this year again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. I didn't pick up a lot today, but today's haul is not so much about quantity as it is about quality. Got my second LaserDisc player today and a LaserDisc to go along with it. Let's take a look at what I got.
So here it is, my new LaserDisc player. It is a Samsung DV5000. It is in great, perfect working condition. I tested it out, nothing wrong with it, plays absolutely fine. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a remote though, but for 25 bucks, I'm okay with that. I can live without a remote. It plays fine without it. Also, for only $3, he also threw in the Blues Brothers on LaserDisc, which was great. Already have it on DVD, simply just getting us for collecting purposes, but for $3, definitely happy to have the Blues Brothers on LaserDisc.
So there you go, that's a look at my new LaserDisc player. Again, I only paid 25 bucks for that and only $3 for the Blues Brothers LaserDisc. Great deal, $28 in total, you just can't beat that. I actually found it off of Craigslist. I've never really been on Craigslist before. It's not really something I do. Obviously, I've heard of it. I know people who, pick up many things and sell many things on Craigslist, but I just never really bothered to check it out. But the other night, I thought, what the hell, I'm going to go on Craigslist, see what I can find. I was looking up LaserDisc players and beta players and CED players, seeing if, there's anything good. Stumbled across this guy selling his LaserDisc player, and even though I already have a LaserDisc player, it's always nice to have a backup because they're becoming harder and harder to find, and with my LaserDisc collection, I don't want to someday have my LaserDisc player break and I'm just out of a LaserDisc player and I end up having to pay, hundreds of dollars to get a new one. So the more of them I can pick up for cheap, the better. So I definitely jumped on this. The guy wanted 30 for it, talked down to 25, so that was a great deal. Definitely very happy to have that. So that's it for what I bought today, so now it's what I watched. And today I checked out, of course, another Dragon title, this time being How to Train Your Dragon. This is an amazing film. I think we all know that anybody who's seen this movie probably absolutely loves it. I remember when this film came out, it got nothing but great reviews. In fact, I've never read a single bad review about this, and rightfully so. It is a brilliant movie, has great emotions, just a fantastic story. It is extremely well told. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a sequel to this very soon, which probably won't nearly be as good, but still, this was a fantastic movie. If you like CGI films, I highly recommend checking this one out. The story's pretty simple. Boy, he's growing up in a town full of Vikings who hate dragons. There's kind of this ongoing battle between the Vikings and the dragons. The dragons are always stealing their food, so of course they're trying to battle them and kill them all. They want to find their giant nest and destroy all the dragons. Well, this boy here, Hiccup, he ends up capturing a dragon here, one of the most fiercest dragons are. He ends up capturing him, but he ends up befriending him, and he learns basically that dragons aren't actually evil, they're actually friendly creatures. The reason they're stealing food is for a much larger kind of like boss dragon, that if these dragons don't steal food for this bigger dragon, the dragon's going to eat the littler dragon. So that's the whole reason why they're stealing food. So they're not actually bad creatures, they're actually very friendly creatures. In fact, they're actually very dog-like. And if you have a dog, you're going to love this. I remember when I saw this movie in the theaters with my wife and I, we really liked the movie, but one of the main reasons why we really liked it was simply because we have two dogs at home, and to watch the way the animals act, especially this dragon here, his name's Toothless, the way he acts, it's very dog-like. They made the creatures, just do dog things, and watching that, it made us think about our dogs and just made us really like the movie. So basically, they find out, like I was saying, that they're very, very friendly creatures, and what they end up doing is destroying the main dragon, then everything works at the end. But of course, Hiccup's dad, he doesn't understand. Most of the other Vikings, they don't understand why anybody could like a dragon. Dragons are evil in their eyes. But then of course at the end they realize that Hiccup was right. The dragons are actually friendly, and they just need to destroy the main dragon to make everything better. And at the end, like I said, everything works out, and the dragons and Vikings are now friends, and they're basically pets, and they're helping out around town, and everything works out. But it is a fantastic story. Probably one of the best CGI films, the best non-Disney Pixar CGI films I've seen in a long time. I mean, I'm a big fan of movies like, I remember things like Monster House was really good, but I'd say this is probably the best I've seen since Monster House. I'd really recommend checking this one out. It's definitely one of the best CGI films out there. Again, the non-Pixar CGI films, because I put Disney Pixar CGI films in a whole another category by themselves. They're just really good. But as far as non-Disney Pixar CGI films, this is definitely within the top 5. Might even be the best one. It's a fantastic story. It is fantastic. Just one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. Definitely check this one out. Actually, there's one last thing I want to say about How to Train Your Dragon that I almost forgot to mention. And spoiler alert here, if you haven't seen the movie, you might not want to listen to this, but at the very end of the movie, Hiccup, our main character, actually ends up losing his the bottom of his leg. He loses the whole bottom half of his leg. And I thought that was great. I really thought that was very, I don't want to say ballsy, but just very, very cool of DreamWorks to do that. You don't usually see that in movies too much, especially kids movies. You don't usually see people being maimed like that and, having their leg taken off and whatnot. I thought that was very cool, not only just for the fact that it made it more realistic, made it more actually like, lifelike. I mean, if there's a huge dragon battle, there's going to be people dying and stuff. And sure, there are people who die in the movie, but they don't show it. They just have some people go off to look for the dragon's nest and they don't come back. You see stuff like that in movies all the time. But you don't usually see people in movies actually get hurt to the point where like they lose a leg or something like that. I mean, there's another character in the movie who has a missing leg and a missing arm, but they just tell you about how that happened, that a dragon took him off. They don't actually show it to you, or you don't actually see that happening. Whereas in this, his leg gets lost and he wakes up and he no longer has the whole bottom half of his leg. And I thought that was just, again, really cool of DreamWorks to do that. That was very, very neat of them to do that. And also for the fact, maybe from the point of, handicapped children, it kind of gives them somebody maybe to look up to. And if there is a sequel to this, which I would not be surprised if there was, because How to Train Your Dragon did very well. And I think we all know it got extremely good reviews because it's such a great movie. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a sequel. If we do, we're going to see a sequel with Hiccup, who's now handicapped. And I think that's very cool, again, for handicapped children. It gives them somebody to look up to, gives them a role model. Even if it's just a CGI cartoon role model, it's still pretty cool that they did that. So I just wanted to mention that really quick. But again, the movie is fantastic. I highly, highly recommend it. It is so well done. It is such a well-told story. It's funny. It's very emotional. There's scenes that'll make you, tear up, and there's scenes that'll make you crack up laughing. Definitely a great movie. Check it out. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. Definitely a great day. Picking up my second LaserDisc player. Very happy about that. Also getting the Blues Brothers to go along with it on LaserDisc. That is great. Love that movie. Very happy to have a copy on LaserDisc. And How to Train Your Dragon. Brilliant movie. One of the best CGI films I've seen in a very long time. Highly, highly recommend it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what I bought and what I watch tomorrow. See ya.